The TV life of Dexter Morgan, Michael C. Hall, has taken many turns in recent years. If you thought a series about a serial killer who hunts down bad guys while working as a blood splatter analyst for the Miami Metro Police Department was already wild enough, what has been even more chaotic is trying to bring it to an end. After a fun 8 seasons, the original Showtime series, Dexter, came to an end in 2013 with one of the most hated series finales. It was resurrected for one season in 2021 as Dexter, New Blood, but yet again, it couldn't stick the landing. Dexter could have stayed dead after that, but our favorite vigilante serial killer returned in a prequel series, last year's Dexter, Original Sin, with Patrick Gibson now in the titular role. It was surprisingly better than anyone could have expected, but this year, despite seemingly being dead the last time we saw him, Hall is back for Dexter, Resurrection. This time, New York City looks to become his hunting ground in a star-studded series that also includes Peter Dinklage and Uma Thurman, along with a returning David Zayas, Jack Alcott, and James Remar. So what will happen to Dexter now that he has been resurrected? Dexter is visited by the ghosts of his past. 10 weeks later, after being shot by Harrison at the end of Dexter, New Blood, Dexter is still in a coma, where he dreams of the Trinity killer, Arthur Mitchell, John Lithgow. The two talk about the past and how Arthur killing Harrison's mother turned the son into being just like his father. When it comes to Dexter being shot, Arthur tells him, sometimes we have to go through hell to achieve resurrection. You already know who you really are. Dexter next dreams of Miguel Prado, Jimmy Smits, whom he encounters in a graveyard, throwing dirt on his grave. Miguel thinks Dexter's acts are noble, but it's when he tries to be normal that people get killed. Dexter next dreams of his father, Harry Remar. He wonders if he'd have been better off if Harry never rescued him. He regrets what he did to Harrison, but Harry tells Dexter that his son needs him. Dexter's parade of people he's hurt and or killed continues with Sergeant Dokes, Eric King, who enters with a fitting, surprise, motherfucker. Dexter has had enough of the ghostly visits, but Dokes tells him there's a kernel of good in him. He tells Dexter to hold on to it for Harrison and go to him. That's intimidating enough to get Dexter to finally wake up. The doctor tells him that he nearly died, with only the cold and snow slowing his heart rate, saving his life. Dexter asks about his son, but the doc tells him Harrison fled town and hasn't been seen since. Harrison kills a man who fits Dexter's code. Harrison now works as a concierge at the large, very fancy Empire Hotel in New York City. We see that everyone likes Harrison, but is he a changed young man or pretending to act normal like his dear old dad? In an elevator with 2 guests, the walls turn to ice, and Harrison sees a trail of blood as a gunshot rings out. He's not okay. Harrison next helps a lost guest named Shauna, McKaylee Miller, find her way to a conference at the hotel. She tells Harrison that he's lucky to live in New York because you could be anyone you want to be here. The look on his face says that he already knows. Later, a drunken Shauna is helped by Harrison and her husband, Brian Lillis, to get in the elevator. It doesn't seem right to Harrison because Shauna didn't come across as married. He says as much, and the man, now annoyed, tells the concierge to hit the button for his floor. He does as he's told, including helping carry Shauna to the room. The guy finally admits that he and Shauna just met at the bar and are going to have some fun. They enter the room, and the man shuts the door as a conflicted Harrison whispers to himself that it's not his problem. However, hearing Shauna say no, Harrison enters the room and fights her assailant. Harrison wins the fight, but the creep doesn't care because there's more where she came from. There always is. Harrison flashes back to Kurt Caldwell, Clancy Brown, and his trophy cases of female victims. Not willing to let that happen again, Harrison beats the man to death with a toilet tank lid before cleaning up and taking a barely conscious and unaware Shauna back to her room. Tapping into what his father taught him, Harrison wraps the man's body in a bag and scrubs down every inch of the floor before putting the guy's body in a cart and taking it down to the basement kitchen, where he cuts it up, reminiscing about his dad's lessons as he goes. He disposes of the body in garbage bags outside, leaving only 1 drop of blood behind on a ceiling tile. Will that come back to haunt him? A suspicious Angel Batista pays Dexter a visit. A nurse helps Dexter learn how to walk again. He then asks Harry what you're probably wondering. Where is Angela, Julia Jones, and why is he not in prison? Just like that, the new sheriff of Iron Lake comes in to let Dex know that Angela and her daughter have moved away. The murders have been pinned on Kurt Caldwell, making Dexter a free man. Back in New York, a garbage man finds one of Harrison's bags of body parts. If only he had a boat to toss them into the ocean. Homicide detectives Claudette Wallace, Katia Saroff, and Melvin Olivia, Dominic Famusa, show up on the case, where they start looking for the rest of the body. Wallace, who we're told sees things that others don't, begins going through more bags. By comparing the drawstrings, she quickly finds the rest of the body. Dexter walks on a treadmill to regain his strength, but it's like walking to nowhere in more ways than one. Back in his room, he encounters another ghost from his past, but this one is very much alive because it's Angel Batista Zayas. Batista hugs him, then asks Dexter why he disappeared for so many years. He says Deb's, Jennifer Carpenter, disappearance destroyed him, but Angel counters with video footage that showed Dexter wheeling her out of hospital. Dexter admits that he took her, but his boat capsized in the storm, and he lost her. He faked his death for a new start. Angel talks about Chief Bishop calling Batista, claiming that Dexter is the Bay Harbor butcher. A day after he gets there, Bishop says she was wrong. He could maybe let that go, but Maria LaGuerta, Lauren Velez, once told Batista that she was certain Dexter was the Bay Harbor butcher too. Angel looks very suspicious, but playing nice, he gives Dexter the good news. Since he's alive, he's officially resurrected. Dexter asks himself if this is only happening because you can't prosecute a dead man. Dexter finds Harrison, and Uma Thurman enters the picture. The episode ends with a mysterious woman, Thurman, breaking into an apartment. After examining the place, she finds what she's looking for, a hidden collection of driver's licenses with the photos X'd out in blood. She puts them back where they were hidden in the ceiling, but now with an envelope added. Leaving, she gets on the phone and tells someone that the invitation has been delivered. Dexter is resurrected, but it looks like his life, along with others, is about to take an interesting new direction.